Michael Jackson's darkest secrets revealed by his doctor, who tells of his A-list child star lust and visits in disguise to hookers. The man blamed for the premature death of Michael Jackson today reveals why he is publishing an explosive book on the superstar's life. And in a world-exclusive interview, Dr. Conrad Murray insists he is releasing his astonishing story to set the record straight on the truth about the superstar. "This is the story of who Michael Jackson really was," says Murray, speaking from his home in Florida. "He wanted me to tell this story. Now I'm fulfilling his wish. It is a story that will shock the millions of people across the planet who still adore the singer, who died aged 50 from an overdose of prescription drugs in 2009. The book This Is It, serialized in the Sunday Mirror this weekend and in the Daily Mirror next week, incredibly claims that Jackson wanted to marry a famous British child actress after falling in love when she was just 11 years old. But that was Jackson's second choice. His first, Mary claims, was the 12-year-old daughter of a British friend who was aged just 5 when he set eyes on her. Murray also says Jackson was betrayed by one of his closest relatives and begged Dr. Murray to protect his own family from the person should anything happen to him. Despite the astonishing nature of the claims, Murray refuses to say whether he considers Jackson to be evil or a danger to children. He says, "You must read the book and make those decisions for yourself." Asked if he would leave his own son with him, he replies, "Read the book. It answers all those questions." Murray was Jackson's private physician for more than 3 years and, often, live-in companion. He was blamed for the singer's premature death and served 2 years of a 4-year prison sentence in 2011 for involuntary manslaughter. But Murray insists his new book is a true account of the last 3 years of Jackson's life. And he claims it's the book the superstar begged him to write if he died. Murray says, "This is about setting the record straight. Many things have been written about Michael by people who didn't know him or understand him or his life. For just over 3 years, I spoke to him every day and was with him every week. He said to me, 'I have 4 members of my family, Conrad. You, Paris, Prince and Blanket. You are all I have.'" Asked if he had written the account purely to profit from Jackson's death, he replies, "No, not at all. If it brings in some gratuities, that will be fine. But money was never my motivation." But how Murray supports his luxury lifestyle, splitting his time between homes in Southern California and Florida, remains somewhat unclear. In Florida, Murray lives in an elegant 2-bedroom condo, surrounded by lakes and swaying palm trees, 20 minutes from the coast and about an hour north of Miami. Speaking in a quiet corner of the lobby of the 26-story, 2-tower, luxury apartment building, Murray says, "I have not earned any money since being released from jail. A lot of people have helped me. I have been propped up by my family and friends. They are helping me until I can work and make a living for myself again. I have no income. I get by with their help and love." Returning to the subject of his book, due to be published next week, Murray adds, "This Is It is the true story of Michael's life that has never been told. It is the final word. It is the story of who Michael Jackson really was. It's the truth. Everything else out there is entirely speculative. Everyone thinks they know the story, but they don't. How could they when they'd never met him, never spent any time with him, never had him open up to them about his life, his fears and his anxieties? As friends, Michael and I shared a lot of secrets that have never been shared with anyone else. When you are friends, your colleague speaks and tells you things he doesn't tell others." Murray, a 6'5" softly spoken man who wears his receding hair in a tight ponytail, continues to insist he played no part in Jackson's death, despite his conviction. "I am an innocent man," he says. "I was unjustly punished for a crime that never happened. I was not with Michael when he died. Yes, I was in the house, but I discovered the man lifeless. Doctors lose patients every day. It's part of our working life." Murray's book details about life inside the wacky world of Jackson, including claims about how he would regularly dress up in weird disguises for sex sessions in downtown Los Angeles. Murray claims Jackson personally directed him to share his secrets with the world if anything bad ever happened to him. Michael considered himself something of a clairvoyant, And although he was always a bit of a joker, he was serious about believing he could predict things that would happen, says Murray. He wanted me to tell this story, so I'm fulfilling his wish. Did I ever expect him to die the way he did? Of course not. Murray first met Jackson in 2006 when he treated one of the superstar's children, and the two became friends. He was hired as his personal physician for his 2009 comeback tour. I believe this book will be a gift to Michael's fans and his family across the world, says Murray. I have suffered a great deal because of what's happened to me. I was locked up for 2 years. But it was inside jail that I decided to start writing this story, for Michael. Before I was released, I had written 40,000 words and then, about 5 months ago, I decided to finish it off and have this story published, so everyone can learn what Michael wanted the world to know. Now I feel I can now relax as I have carried out his instructions to tell his story. But when asked who he believed the real Michael Jackson was, Murray responds, was he a monster or did he interfere with children? Read the book. The answers are all there. It is an honest story. It's the truth and does not overlook the facts. Michael was not a perfect individual, but who is? He has his fault, like anyone. I've often been described as a father figure to Michael, although we were only 6 years apart. Maybe he thought of me in that way, I'm not really sure. I considered a relation differently. I was a protective parent. I felt he needed to be protected from many people, including a lot of those close to him. There were parasites and bloodsuckers all around him, and many of them were not strangers.